Hey, I'm Chris at Once. I'm here to talk about our production van build. One of the first things we knew we wanted to add to our Sprinter was a ramp that would make it easy to wheel carts and Pelican cases like in and out. We can't always just work directly out of a vehicle, so most often we're loading into a building or have a short walk on foot. To save you any suspense, we bought a WM system ramp from National Fleet Supply. There isn't a ton of info about these ramps, so here's a quick rundown of what we thought about and why we bought this particular one. First, you have to think about weight capacity and incline. We looked up wheelchair ramp guides and probably pushed this a little further than I'd be comfortable with a wheelchair. Our ramp is 128 inches, which when folded is about as long as you can go for the high roof Sprinters. We debated going even shorter to 108 inches to allow us to use the ramp more when space was limited, but then thought, how often would 20 inches really matter? So far, it hasn't. We either have a ton of room or none at all. Secondly, weight capacity. This ramp supports more than 1,300 pounds, which is kind of insane. And if you're looking at ramps, don't skimp on these areas. I've seen lighter capacity ramps totally fail. These two things are foundational and have to be correct, or nothing else matters. That said, here's the fun stuff. This ramp is hydraulically assisted, allowing it to drop and store with really very little effort. Nearly anyone can do it. It locks in place in the stored position, which is obviously smart. And here's the coolest thing. When that parking space is limited, the ramp swings open like a door. It's pretty cool. Also, just to be completely ridiculous, it can be used as a gangway over to a loading dock. This ramp is one of the few things we didn't install ourselves because there wasn't a lot of info on the internet from people that already own them, didn't know what we were getting into. We called up National Fleet Supply and they suggested a local installer if we bought this model. I'm glad we did because it sounded like even they had their hands full. We wanted to tackle this project first too before any of the inside storage, so we could see what the dimensions were and how much space it would take up inside the van. It's not horrible, but it does have a footprint. Now, since we've used it for a little bit, we've run into a few snags. The lock isn't always easy to use and there's some rattles we're still trying to work out. We'll know more after a few more road trips, hopefully work out the bugs, and we'll report back. All right, I won't lie to you, this thing isn't cheap. It's about $4 grand for this setup, but it's also kind of a basic necessity for us, so the cost is what it is. But that might not be for everyone, and it's probably why there's so little information out there about them. While it's not the sexiest piece of equipment, this thing is stupid useful. And if nothing else, will save our team some pulled muscles and back problems. So, have a question about something I may have skipped over? Drop us a comment below, and I'll tell you everything you'd want to know.